Scorpio, this is your December 2016 reading. It incorporates both your general as well as your love forecast. The first card that comes up is the theme of your month. In other words, the overarching energy for you in December. This is the card of skill, and this suggests that in December, a particular skill that you have needs further development or further exploration. So you need to take that skill and you need to take it further, because obviously you're now reaching a point in your life where you're going to be expanding what you do. You're going to be expanding into newer territory, and your skill is going to be required for this. And it's a skill you already have, it just needs to be developed further. So this is your heads up for that. So in December, think about taking courses or reading books or whatever it is that will develop those skills that you have. Now, your challenges for the month, the first one that comes up says that when you are faced by challenges, go with your heart. So your inclination is going to be to theoretically work through this or to intellectually work through it, but it's your heart that needs to work through this. And it says pay attention to what the challenge represents, that Page of Swords, not to the person who delivers the message. So this is not about getting angry with, annoyed with, hurt by the person who brings forth this challenge. It's having a look, what is that challenge about? The words "don't shoot the messenger" came to mind. So this isn't about the person who delivers it. This is about that challenge. And in responding to that challenge, that third card says do it from a place of love. So don't get combative, don't get angry, don't get annoyed. Approach it from a place of love. And if you do, it'll dissipate incredibly quickly. And that challenge is no doubt a lesson. It's a life lesson. And the recipe for this lesson is that you need to do this with love. You need to approach it with love, and it will simply disappear. Now, the opportunities you have this month is to recognize and realize that differences is what makes life worth celebrating. It makes life wonderful. It makes life interesting. And as much as we would like everybody to be the same kind of people we are, the reality of it would be very different. Basically, one should enjoy the differences in people. You may not always like the way they are. You may not always want to be what they are. You may not even want to try what they are. But just appreciate that this is what creates life. This is what creates all the different avenues in life, the paths in life. It's necessary. That next card then says you have the opportunity this month to give your personal relationships the attention that they require. And one in particular is looking for attention. So for some of you, this could be your spouse, your lover, your romantic partner. For others of you, it could be a business partner. But that relationship is lacking TLC, tender loving care at the moment. And in December, you're going to be given the opportunity to do something about that. That third card then says, should you do this? Should you give your partnership, your relationship, that attention, that tender loving care? It was going to elevate it to an entirely new level. It's going to be really, really worth putting that effort into it. Because in love and relationships, that first card once again speaks about working on your partnership. So it says give your relationship a chance. So those of you in committed partnerships and relationships need to work on the relationship a bit. And this doesn't mean making it right and making it the way you want it to be. This is about working on communicating, working on giving as much as you're taking, or the other way around, whatever it is, and putting your heart in that relationship, giving from your heart in that relationship. Because that next card speaks about what is right and what is fair. And that card says you do know what is right and what is fair. And maybe at the moment that's a bit what's lacking in the relationship, is what is right and what is fair. And you perhaps not paying attention to the fact that what you're doing is not always right and not always fair. And that deficit is getting a bit big now. So this is where the universe comes in and says you need to adjust that a little. The recipe given for that then is to approach your relationships as a child would. Don't have those, yes, but you did this in 1924 and then you did it in 1926. And this is what happens every time. Scrap all that. Look at your relationship as if it were a brand new relationship. And play it out like that. Give it the attention like that. respond to it like that, react to it like that, and you're going to see a miracle happen in front of your eyes. Your general life reading says that you're going to find the sudden lurch forward, the sudden forward movement in life. It's going to be a jolt, basically, of forward movement. So what has been stagnant will now suddenly move, and where you've had doors closed before, they're suddenly going to burst open. So it's going to be that kind of sudden feeling to it. And possibly you're not going to be expecting it. It might catch you a little bit by surprise. But what it is saying is also that an aspect of your life has now drawn to conclusion. It's a natural conclusion. Pushing it further than what it has gone, you're not going to go anywhere with it. It's finished. Doesn't mean that it's entirely done. It just means you maybe need to take a new tack, a new direction, a new pathway, a new outlook. It needs something new and different to carry on, because the way it has been going, it has come to the end now. It's a T-junction, basically. You've got to take a left or a right turn. Going dead ahead is going to get you nowhere. And then that final card in the general reading says, do something totally different with it. Take a totally different attitude. Maybe even break a rule or two. Obviously, always know the rules really well before you break them, as the Dalai Lama says. But just do something completely out of the ordinary where that completed thing is, and you will see a new and perhaps revolutionary way forward. Your guidance, the first card that comes up, says, face life head-on with courage and reclaim the brave spirit within you. It's actually something which is a bit lacking in our lives, in most people's lives nowadays. We tend to be tired, and when we get tired, we lack courage. So when there are new opportunities, or we do need to change tack, or we need to make revolutionary change or movement within our own lives, we tend to lack the courage. And this is saying engage that courage again. Reclaim it. You have it. You just have to engage and reclaim it. Your final guidance card then speaks about you need to feel your responses to life, but don't become overwhelmed by them. And release the heavy entanglement of your emotions. Acknowledge them and then let them flow away without clinging to them or spending too much time in the rush of emotion, especially the heavy ones. Right, Scorpio, that's your reading for December. If you would like a personal reading, and we can take a look at exactly how these energies will play out in your life in particular, or you want to take a look at what's ahead for 2017, you can contact me on the oracletimes@gmail.com. or book a reading via the website. Both URLs or web addresses are showing up in the owl picture now. Alternatively, you can take advantage of the offer right at the beginning of the video. Have a look where if you have your own tarot deck, you choose your own cards. I read them for you for a very small fee. Brilliant way of doing a reading. Works exceptionally well. And I do hope you enjoyed this reading. Thank you very much for watching and listening.